when billionaire Harrison Blake invited 8-year-old Zara to play chess purely for fun. He believed he was showing kindness to his maid's daughter. He had no idea he was about to uncover a once-in-a-lifetime genius. Zara wasn't supposed to touch the exquisite golden chess set in his mansion's library. But when the wealthy man saw her gazing at the pieces with wonder, he offered to teach her the game. What happened next stunned everyone. This quiet young girl didn't just learn chess. She defeated every opponent as if she was born to play, move after move. Her mind worked like magic, recognizing patterns even experts missed. However, as the chess world buzzed about this incredible child, two questions arose that would change everything. Why did this billionaire genuinely care about teaching a maid's daughter? And why did his gray eyes look exactly like Zara's? Zara Thompson pressed her nose against the cool window of the luxury car, never having seen a house so enormous it resembled a castle from her picture books, with tall white columns and windows sparkling like diamonds under the sun. "Remember what I told you?" her mother Maria whispered, smoothing Zara's curly black hair. "Stay quiet and don't touch anything." Zara nodded, knowing that being silent kept her out of trouble. At 8 years old, she'd learned that silence was her best defense. The car stopped before the grand house, and Maria took a deep breath, squeezing Zara's hand. "Sorry, sweetheart. The babysitter is sick, baby. I'm sorry you have to come to work today." "It's okay, Mama," Zara said softly. "I brought my homework." They ascended the long driveway, and Zara's eyes widened as she took in the lush gardens and the fountain adorned with stone angels. She'd never seen anything so fancy. Inside the mansion, Zara's mouth dropped open. The ceiling soared so high she had to tilt her head back, and a gigantic chandelier hung like a crystal waterfall. The floors gleamed marble, reflecting everything like a mirror. "Stay close," Maria whispered, pushing a cart filled with cleaning supplies. They entered a room filled with books from floor to ceiling. Zara had never seen so many books in one place. In the center sat a table with the most beautiful thing she'd ever seen, a chess set unlike any she'd known. Tiny soldiers crafted from real gold and silver. The white pieces shone like sunlight. The black ones gleamed like midnight. The board was marble with mirror-like squares. "Wow!" Zara breathed, forgetting to be quiet. "Come here." Maria called from across the room. "Sit at that small table and do your homework. Don't touch anything." Zara sat and opened her math book, but couldn't stop staring at the chess set. The pieces seemed to call to her. She recognized the game from her teacher's lessons during recess, but she'd never played a real match. The king stood tall and proud in the center. The queen looked powerful beside him. The knights appeared ready for battle, and even the pawns seemed to have their own purpose. "You like chess?" Zara was startled so suddenly that her pencil flew across the room. She spun around to see a tall man with gray hair and kind blue eyes, dressed in a dark suit. His smile was warm. "I'm sorry, sir," Zara stammered, heart pounding. She knew this must be Mr. Harrison Blake, the mansion's owner. Her mother had told her he was very rich and important. She'd imagined he'd be scary, but he didn't seem so. "It's okay," Mr. Blake said softly. "I asked if you like chess." "I don't know how to play," Zara whispered. "My teacher showed us the pieces once, but I've never played a real game." Maria appeared quickly, worried. "I'm so sorry." "Mr. Blake, Zara, come here right now. You shouldn't bother him." "She's not bothering me at all," Mr. Blake said gently, his eyes still on Zara. "I was just thinking how quiet this old house gets. Would you like to learn how to play chess? Just for fun." Zara looked from her mother back to Mr. Blake in disbelief. "Really? Really?" she asked. "If your mother says it's okay." Maria hesitated, twisting her hands. "You don't need to. I mean, you must be very busy." She started, not too busy to teach a bright young girl about chess. Mr. Blake interrupted kindly. "What do you say?" "Zara, Zara's eyes lit up like Christmas morning. Yes, please. He sat at the chess table across from her. The pieces looked even more stunning, close up. He began explaining how each moved. And suddenly, something magical happened. Zara understood immediately. Not just understood, but saw how the pieces worked together, like a puzzle where all parts fit perfectly. The pawn moves forward one square, Mr. Blake explained. Unless it's its first move, then it can go 2 squares and attack diagonally. Zara surprised herself. I know that, she said. Mr. Blake raised an eyebrow. How did you know that? I don't know, Zara admitted. It just makes sense. As he explained each piece, Zara felt like she was learning a secret language. The game wasn't just a game. It was a battlefield where every piece had a role. The knight moves in an L shape, Mr. Blake said, showing her. It's the only piece that can jump over others. Zara nodded, already imagining how the knight could surprise opponents. Her mind pictured different ways the pieces could work together. You're a quick learner, Mr. Blake said, studying her face. A flicker of surprise crossed his expression, like he was remembering something. Have you been practicing at home? He asked. No, sir, Zara replied. We don't have a chess set at home. But I think about the games before I fall asleep. I think about different ways the pieces could move, how to protect my king, how to trap your pieces. Mr. Blake's hands paused over the chessboard. Zara, do you dream about chess sometimes? Last night, I dreamed all the pieces were dancing, following special rules, like a secret dance. Zara said softly. Mr. Blake's blue eyes flickered. And what else do you dream about? I dream about having a daddy. Zara whispered. In my dreams, he teaches me things, and we play games together. Nearby, Maria, dusting shelves, paused, then quickly resumed working. What does your dream daddy look like? Mr. Blake asked gently. He has kind eyes, gray hair, and he smiles a lot, Zara said, scrunching her face. Kind of like you, I guess. Mr. Blake's face suddenly turned very pale. He cleared his throat and stood abruptly. I should let you get back to your homework, he said. Same time tomorrow. Yes, please, Zara replied, bouncing happily. Yet as they left that evening, Zara couldn't shake the feeling that something big had happened. Mr. Blake had looked at her like he'd seen a ghost. And when he smiled, something about his face reminded her of someone she couldn't quite place, someone she felt she should know. That night, lying in her small bed, Zara stared at the ceiling, her mind replaying the chess pieces and their moves. She saw the golden king and silver queen dancing across the marble board. Mama, she whispered softly. Maria appeared in the doorway. What is it? Baby? Do I look like someone you know? Maria's face stiffened. What do you mean? Sometimes. People said she looked like someone, but they never said who. Today, Mr. Blake had looked at her strangely, as if he'd seen her before. You look like yourself. Maria said, voice tight, that's all that matters. She didn't turn on the hall light that night, but sat on the old couch in the living room, quietly holding something in her hands. The next day couldn't come soon enough. In school, Zara struggled to focus. She kept doodling chess pieces in her notebook margins, imagining characters playing chess during reading, even moving her food on her plate like pieces on a board. Zara, you're acting weird today, Emma said. What's wrong? Nothing. I'm just thinking about chess, Zara replied. Emma wrinkled her nose. That boring game with the horses and castles? Why do you care? Zara wanted to explain that chess wasn't boring. It was magic. Each piece had personality and power. The board was a whole world where anything could happen. But she didn't know how to make Emma understand. It's just fun, Zara finally said as 3 o'clock approached. She practically sprinted out of class. Her mother waited in the old car, but she looked nervous. Can we go to Mr. Blake's now? Please? We're going. Sweetheart, but remember what I told you. Be polite and don't get your hopes up too high. What do you mean? Rich people make promises they don't keep sometimes. Emma said, if Mr. Blake is too busy today, don't be upset. But Mr. Blake was waiting in his library, the chess set already laid out. Good afternoon. Zara, he said warmly. Ready for another game? Yes. Sir. This time, Zara lasted longer, capturing 2 of his pawns and putting his king in check once. Excellent move, Mr. Blake said as she moved her bishop. You're thinking several moves ahead, like watching a movie in my head. Zara explained she could see where the pieces wanted to go. Mr. Blake grew very quiet, studying her face. Have you been practicing at home? He asked. No. Sir, we don't have a chess set. But I think about the games before I sleep. I also think about different ways the pieces might move, how to protect my king or trap your pieces. His hand stopped moving over the board. Zara, do you dream about chess sometimes? Last night, I dreamed all the pieces danced, following rules like a special dance only they knew. Mr. Blake's blue eyes flickered. And what else do you dream about? I dream about having a daddy. Zara said quietly, he teaches me things. And we play together. Maria, dusting shelves nearby, paused, then quickly resumed. What does your dream daddy look like? Zara scrunched her nose. He has kind eyes, gray hair, and he smiles a lot. She paused. Kind of like you. I guess. Mr. Blake's face turned very pale. He cleared his throat and stood suddenly. I should let you get back to your homework. Same time tomorrow. Yes. Please, Zara said, bouncing happily. But as they headed out, Zara saw Mr. Blake watching from his big window. His face looked sad and happy at once. The chess games became a daily routine. Every afternoon after school, Zara would sit opposite Mr. Blake and lose herself in the beautiful game. With each passing day, she improved. By the end of the first week, she was capturing more of his pieces. By the second, she was setting clever traps. And on day 15, something incredible happened. Checkmate, Zara whispered, staring at the board in surprise. Mr. Blake leaned back and smiled. Congratulations. Zara, that was beautifully played. I've won. I really won. You really won. Zara whispered, heart bursting with happiness. And it wasn't luck. You planned that victory 5 moves ago. She beamed. Can we play again right now? They played 3 more games that afternoon. And Zara won too. That evening, after Maria and Zara left, Mr. Blake sat alone in his library. He picked up his phone and dialed a number. Dr. Chun, it's Harrison Blake. I need you to come to my house tomorrow. There's a child I want you to meet. What kind of child? Dr. Chun asked. The kind that only comes once in a lifetime. He replied. Meanwhile, at their small apartment, Zara helped her mother prepare dinner, chatting excitedly about chess moves and strategies. But she noticed her mother seemed distracted. Mama, are you okay? Zara asked. I'm fine. Baby, just tired. That night, Zara got up for a drink of water and found her mother sitting at the kitchen table, looking at an old shoebox filled with photos and letters tied with a faded ribbon. Mama, what are those? Zara asked. Maria quickly closed the box. Just old pictures. Honey, go back to bed. But Zara had seen one photo, her mother in her youth, standing next to a tall man with gray hair and kind blue eyes, someone who looked very familiar. Who was that man? Zara asked softly. Maria's hands trembled. What man? The one next to you? He looked like Zara. Zara paused, feeling a strange feeling in her chest. He looked like someone I should know. she said. There's no one. Zara, you're imagining things. Now go to sleep. But Zara couldn't stop thinking about the man in the photograph. The same gray hair, the gentle eyes, the warm smile, the eyes she saw reflected in her mirror every morning. Across town, in the mansion, Mr. Blake held an identical photo, an older version of himself standing next to Maria, both smiling happily. On his desk was another picture, a small ultrasound image labeled Baby Thompson, and a tear slipped down his cheek as he whispered, "My daughter, my beautiful, brilliant daughter." The next morning, Mr. Blake paced his library like a caged animal. Sleep had eluded him. Today, Dr. Chin would meet Zara. She was the best chess teacher in the world, having trained champions and discovered many geniuses. But what if he was wrong? What if Zara was just a bright girl who liked games? Would Dr. Chin think he was silly? But then he remembered the previous day, the way Zara's eyes sparkled when she said checkmate, how she saw moves most adults missed. No, she was special. At school, Zara couldn't focus. She doodled chess pieces on her notebook margins. Imagine characters playing chess. Even move her food like game pieces. "Zara, you're acting weird," Emma said. "What's wrong?" "Nothing. Just thinking about chess." Zara replied. Emma wrinkled her nose. "That boring game with horses and castles? Why care?" Zara wanted to explain it was magic. Each piece had personality. The board was a world of endless possibilities. But she didn't know how. "It's just fun," she said, rushing out when 3 o'clock came. Her mother waited in the old car, looking nervous. "Can we go now?" Zara asked. "We're going." "Sweetheart, but remember, be polite. Don't get your hopes too high. What if Mr. Blake is busy?" "He's not. He's waiting in his library with the chess set ready." At the mansion, they found Mr. Blake with a small Asian woman with short black hair and sharp eyes. She wore a dark suit and carried a briefcase. "Zara," Mr. Blake said, "this is Dr. Chun. She's a chess teacher." "Hello," Zara said, shaking her hand. "Harrison tells me you're learning chess." Dr. Chin said with a smile, "Yes, ma'am, it's really fun." She studied Zara carefully. "Would you like to play a game?" Zara looked at Mr. Blake, who nodded encouragingly. They sat at the marble chess set. Dr. Chin quickly arranged the pieces. She clearly knew what she was doing. "I'll play white," she said. "You can go first." Zara moved her king's pawn 2 squares forward. Following what her teacher had shown her, Dr. Chin responded with her pawn, then sat back to watch. She expected a simple, childish game. Maybe Zara would know how to move pieces, but not plan ahead. But what happened next shocked her. Zara played with purpose. Her knights jumped to strong squares. Her bishops pointed like arrows at her king. Each move built on the last. "Interesting," Dr. Chin murmured. By her 5th move, she saw Zara's strategy clearly. By the 10th, she was leaning forward. This little girl was playing moves some teenagers wouldn't consider. By the 20th, Dr. Chin realized she was in trouble. Zara had crafted an attack aimed straight at her king. "Check," Zara whispered. Dr. Chin moved her king out of danger. But Zara's assault kept pressing, every piece working perfectly in concert. 10 moves later, Dr. Chin saw the trap. She was about to lose. The girl was about to checkmate her. "Checkmate," Zara whispered. The room erupted. The crowd cheered. Cameras flashed. Reporters called questions. But Zara only saw 2 things. David's smile as he shook her hand, and her parents rushing toward her with tears of joy streaming down their faces. "That was the best game I've ever played," David told her. "You're going to be a world champion someday. Thank you for the game." Zara beamed as she received a trophy nearly as tall as herself, along with a check for $10. 000 Zara Thompson, at just 8 years old. You are the youngest chess champion in history. the announcer declared. The crowd's cheer grew louder. Zara stared at the check. Wide-eyed, "Is this real money?" she asked. Harrison chuckled. "Very real. What do you want to do with it?" She looked around at the other children and chess sets. "Can we buy chess sets for kids who don't have any? So they can learn too?" The reporters loved her answer, scribbling notes and snapping pictures. That night, at the hotel restaurant, Zara sat between her proud parents, still wearing her medal, grinning ear to ear. "I can't believe I won," she said for the 10th time. "You were incredible." Maria said softly, "We're so proud of you." Harrison added. Zara fell asleep exhausted but happy, her parents exchanging glances. She's going to have a different life now. Maria whispered, "People will want to train her, sponsor her, make her famous, only if that's what she wants." Harrison nodded. "She's still just a girl who loves chess. She's our girl now. She always was. I just didn't get to act like her father until today." Maria whispered, "So, what's next?" Harrison asked, watching his daughter sleep peacefully. "Now we figure out how to be the family we were always meant to be." Outside the restaurant, the city lights twinkled like stars. Inside, a family once broken was finally whole again. Tomorrow, they would start their new journey, one move at a time. 3 months later, life looked very different. Zara still lived with her mother in their cozy apartment. But now Harrison visited every day. They were taking things slowly, building trust and friendship one moment at a time. "Good morning." "Sunshine," Harrison said as he entered the kitchen where Zara was eating breakfast. "Good morning." "Dad," Zara responded. The word now came easily. She started calling him that 2 weeks earlier. When it finally felt natural, it made his heart sing every time. They'd set up a beautiful chess room in Harrison's mansion, marble boards, crystal pieces. But Zara's favorite place to play remained a small kitchen table in her mother's apartment. "It feels more like home here," she explained. Maria, now working as Harrison's assistant again, but in a different way, partners in raising Zara, came out of her room, ready for work, ready for school. "Baby?" Maria asked. "Almost." Zara said, "Dr. Chen comes twice a week to help me improve my chess." Chess masters from around the world wanted to train her. TV shows wanted interviews. Tournament organizers invited her to compete across the country. But Zara and her parents had made a decision. "I want to stay in regular school with my friends." Zara said firmly, "Chess is fun, but I want to learn about science, art, books. I want to play on the playground, eat lunch with Emma, and maybe learn piano too." Harrison looked surprised. "You could have the best chess teachers," he said. "I already have the best." Zara said with a smile. She continued attending Lincoln Elementary School, but now she walked taller. Smile more. Her teacher, Mrs. Rodriguez, noticed immediately she's more confident. She told Maria during parent-teacher night, "She speaks up, helps others, and seems to have found something she was missing, her father." During recess, Zara showed her friends how to move chess pieces with a magnetic set Harrison bought her. Soon, half the 3rd grade knew how to play. "You're making chess cool," Emma said. "Before, I thought it was just a boring game." "It's not boring." Zara laughed. "It's like having a battle with your brain instead of fists." But fame wasn't always easy. Sometimes reporters showed up at school. Strangers recognized her at the store. People expected her to be serious all the time. "I just want to be a normal kid who happens to love chess." Zara told her parents one evening, "You don't have to do anything you don't want." Harrison promised, "Being good at chess doesn't mean you belong to the world. Your home is with us." Still, she felt the pressure. "I have a responsibility." Some said, "I should compete more, become famous. One day, a grandmaster named Petrov, the current world champion. Flew from Russia just to meet Zara. I wanted to see the girl everyone's talking about, he said with an accent. They played in Harrison's library. Zara lost but played beautifully. Learning 3 new strategies. You have a gift, Petrov told her afterward, not just for chess, but for bringing joy to the game. Your style is natural. Don't lose that. Will you teach me more? Zara asked hopefully. No, Petrov replied. You don't need teaching. You need playing. Play with joy. Play because you love it, not because you have to. After he left, Zara sat with her parents. I've been thinking, she said seriously, I want to keep playing chess. But I want to do it my way. What's your way? Harrison asked. I want to have fun. Help other kids learn. Spend time with my family. Go to school. Make friends. Maybe learn piano too. That sounds perfect. Maria said, and maybe, Zara added mischievously, I want to beat Dad at chess more often so he doesn't get too proud. Harrison grinned. You already beat me most of the time, he said. I know, but sometimes I let you win so you don't feel bad. They all laughed together. 6 months later, Zara started something that changed many lives. She convinced her school to start a chess club meeting every Friday afternoon in the library. Kids from 1st to 5th grade gathered, learning and playing and having fun. Some were natural, some struggled, but everyone was welcome. Chess teaches you to think ahead, Zara told them, but it also teaches you that it's okay to lose. When you lose, you learn something new and try again. Harrison watched from the doorway, proud. She's going to change the world. Dr. Chin said, joining him, she already changed mine. He replied, soon. Other schools wanted to start clubs too. Zara helped by visiting and teaching the basics, even convincing a toy company to donate sets to schools that couldn't afford them. Every kid should try chess. She said on TV, you never know who might love it. That evening, they invented a new game, family chess, where instead of playing against each other, they worked together, moving pieces as a team, solving puzzles, sharing victories. This is my favorite game, Zara declared after solving a tough puzzle. Why? Maria asked. Because we all win together, Zara replied. Outside, snow fell softly, while inside, they played by the fireplace. Laughter filling the room. Zara moved a knight to a perfect spot. Harrison showed her an even better move, and Maria brought hot chocolate with extra marshmallows. Zara's eyes shone with pure joy. I love you both so much, she suddenly said, looking up from the chessboard. We love you, too, they answered together. Harrison hugged his girls close. We're the luckiest family in the world. Not lucky, Zara corrected wisely. We just finally learned how to play the game right, sitting amid scattered chess pieces and falling snow outside. They knew that the greatest victories weren't on tournament boards. They were in living rooms and kitchens, in moments filled with laughter, love, and hope for tomorrow. Zara Thompson Blake, age 8, chess champion, and daughter extraordinaire, was exactly where she belonged. Home. Sometimes, the most important moves in life aren't made on a chessboard. Sometimes, they're in quiet moments when families choose love. One day at a time, a daughter who found her complete family. Sometimes, the most beautiful victories happen not in competitions, but when love quietly brings people together. Where are you listening from today? Drop your city or country in the comments. I love hearing from our amazing community worldwide. If this story touched your heart, please hit that like button to share kindness with more who need it. And don't forget to subscribe for more inspiring stories, reminding us what truly matters. Speaking of heartwarming tales, Click on the video on your screen now for another story that will restore your faith in love and family. Until next time, remember, sometimes the greatest treasures are found where you least expect them.